I'd like to welcome everyone to our few minutes together on the Parsha. This week's Parsha, Parshas Re'ei, begins with the words, Re'ei onochi nosein lefnechem hayom bracha uklala. Behold, I have put before you this day the blessing and the curse. Isn't it interesting that every single year on Shabbos, Mevarchim HaChodesh Elul, we read Parshas Re'ei, which tells us, Behold, I've set before you the blessing and the curse. And the blessing, Asher Tishma'u, that you will listen to the words of Hashem, and the other one only if you don't. Now, the Pasuk goes on to tell us that when the Jewish people come into the land of Israel, the Torah tells us, V'nosata es habracha al har Gerizim, ve'es haklala al har Evol. You should place the blessing on the mountain of Gerizim and the curse on the mountain of Evol. And then the Pasuk tells us where in the land of Israel this is situated. Acharei derech mavo hashemesh, coming from the east where the sun rises towards the west. Eitzel Elonei Moreh, right next to Elonei Moreh, which of course is right near Shechem. Right there, as soon as you come into the land of Israel from the east on the side of the Jordan River, and you cross over the Jordan River, right there in the Shomron, you are faced with two mountains. One, Har Gerizim, which has the blessing, and one, Har Evol, which has the curse. Two mountains watered by the exact same amount of rainwater, getting the exact same amount of sun. All the climate conditions are exactly the same, and yet Har Gerizim, as the name implies, is a mountain of grazing. It's a mountain of verdant growth, and it represents the blessing, while Har Evol is a barren, empty mountain with nothing but rocks, pebbles, and nothing can grow there, which of course represents the curse. As soon as the people of Israel are going to come into the land of Israel, they're going to see these two stark reminders right in front of them. The Gerizim, the blessing, and Evil, the curse. Why is it that Hashem made it that these two mountains, in the same mountain range, sharing the same climate, one should be so fertile and the other one not? The answer is that it's within the mountain. Whatever Hashem put into the mountain, that's what the mountain is able to draw out from the environment. If the environment will present rain, as it does to both mountains, one will remain barren because it doesn't have it in it, while the other one will be fertile. As Reb Shamshi Raphael Hirsch points out, it really depends on what you are made out of. And that's the question that each and every one of us answers when it comes Rosh Chodesh Elul. What are we made out of? What do we decide we are going to be made out of? Are we made out of that, like the Gerizim, which chooses the blessing, filled with the beauty of grass and trees and growth? Are we the ones who are capable of growing, capable of advancing, even if over the year we may have slipped, but we now can grow? Or are we dormant, like Har Evol? What's inside us? What are we made out of? And that's what God says at the beginning of this week's Sedra. Re'ei anochi nosein lefnechem hayom. Behold, I am placing before you today, and we have the right to make that choice. This choice that we choose on the beginning of what we consider the period of time of the Yomim Nora'im, from Rosh Chodesh Elul, the 40 days from Rosh Chodesh Elul until Yom Kippur, where we are close to Hashem, as the Rashi Tevos, the acronym of the word Elul, Ani L'Dodi, V'Dodi Li, I am to my beloved, and my beloved is to me. We can make the choice now, despite what we might have done in the past, that we are going to be more like Har Gerizim rather than Har Evol. We are going to flower out. We're going to show what's really deep inside us, and we are going to be able to imbibe of the environment that Hashem has created for the Jewish people to enable us to become the leaders in the world that demonstrate man can grow when man chooses to use his free will. Halohema be'eva hayarden. Are they not on the other side of the Jordan? And we are on that side of the Jordan. And we can make that choice. And therefore we bless the new month of Elul. And we hope and pray that the month of Elul will bring us a year that's going to be only filled with blessings, just like Har Grizim. Have a wonderful Shabbos.